Konnichiwa! With Nintendo announcing that they're stopping production of the classic mini-series consoles, the seemingly unlimited price hikes on retro gaming consoles, and what looks like the start of the end of ROMs, what retro gamers need now is a legitimate, legal way of playing their favourite games. And it just so happens that a company in the UK is looking at doing just that. Game on! Before we get into it, if you like this video, make sure you subscribe, and if you don't. So a company in the UK is looking to become the first Netflix for retro gaming streaming service, and they're called Antstream. Dear Jeebus, I hope that's only a beta name for it, because that's terrible. Now, there's not much that you can find about Antstream on the internet. You find the odd conference video here. They've got a basic website up, sort of coming soon stuff on there. But here's the information that we've managed to gather about the streaming service that's due in 2019. So how does it work and what can you play it on? So according to Antstream, the way that the service works is that they use high-spec servers and the cloud to run the game. They then render out a high-resolution interactive video which is then sent to your device. Then using either a PC, tablet or mobile, you can actually play that game. Now the platforms that they initially tend to support are Android and Windows, and whilst they say on their website mobile, tablet and PC, they actually have a disclaimer at the bottom which says that if you want to play on mobile, it's not likely to work that well, and that it's part of a service that will come on later in the year. Now as expected, the service works with Wi-Fi and Ethernet, and these are the two best ways of playing your games over Antstream. Now the creators of the service also claim that the service works over 4G, which I'm a little skeptical about when it comes to my Mega Drive pixel perfect jumping platform games. So when Antstream launches in 2019, it will initially be available only in the UK, and you'll be able to play your favourite games using keyboard, touch interface and an Xbox One or 360 joypad. Antstream boasts that they'll have thousands of games available at launch and that they're licensing brand new games on a weekly basis. The service is also going to come with a number of unique features, like challenges. Now on the website, Antstream describes these as asynchronous multiplayer challenges, with real-time multiplayer challenges coming in the future. They're also going to have gamer profiles and leaderboards. Now I'm a big supporter of any company that wants to get into retro gaming, support the retro gaming fan base. But there are a couple of issues that I can see Antstream facing. The first is the name of the service, Antstream. It's not really retro gaming unless I'm kind of missing something with antenna, is it antenna stream? Maybe it's a play on words where we used to use antennas to get our entertainment and now we use streaming and they put the two together. Maybe it's that, but it doesn't really kind of roll off the tongue and doesn't scream retro gaming to me. So I think if they want to use SOE to help increase their funnel, they're definitely going to have to look at a name change there. The second thing I have a problem with is their choice of controller input. Yes, they got a keyboard, which is cool. They got touch screen support, which is awesome, but they rely on and they recommend an Xbox 360 or Xbox One joypad. Now where I think this comes from is, as a game developer, if we're making anything for PC, we pretty much just default to an Xbox One or an Xbox 360 controller. They're not super cheap, but they're relatively easy to get hold of and they're just plug and play. Whereas retro gamers, we don't always have an Xbox 360 or Xbox One joypad just lying around. They'd be better off supporting some of the joypads that retro gamers have readily to hand. Pads like the 8-bit Do SF30 or even the SNES Classic Mini joypad. That would be brilliant. I definitely think though they have to broaden the number of joypads that they support officially at launch. I think for any service like this to succeed, they need to increase the size of their funnel, the amount of people that they can get into their service. And if they're just relying on websites or their own website to distribute, then they're not going to be off to a great start. I'd expect to see it available on the Nintendo Switch. You want to see it on the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One. But the biggest thing, apart from the size of the funnel that Antstream can actually get initially, will be the pricing plans. For me, I don't think it can be any more than what we pay already for the Nintendo Switch online service, which is about £18 in the UK or $20 in the US. I don't think it will fly if they start charging Netflix prices for monthly subscriptions to the service. So this is probably my last video of 2018, and I want to say a big thank you to everyone out there that subscribed to the channel or left a comment or engaged with me on Twitter or on Instagram. It's been great to share my retro gaming collection and retro gaming with you guys. It's been awesome to see how the channel's grown from 13 subscribers in June and a few hundred views to 25,000 views and 330 subscribers on the channel. And I think the biggest thing for me is this is just a hobby. I love retro gaming, and YouTube was a way of sharing that with other like-minded retro gamers. I don't have a big retro gaming community where I am. And so I just want to say thank you to you guys for sharing your retro gaming stories with me. Learning about new consoles from you guys, new games, has been absolutely awesome. And in 2019, this shabby makeup of a retro game backdrop is going to change. This whole retro gaming room is going to be redone, and I'll be taking you guys on that journey as well.